It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. I want to thank everybody that actually subscribes to my show all over the world and show me love. In the House of the Legends, I have a young lady that is so gifted, and you guys got to listen to her story and where she came from and actually where she's going. And in the House of the Legends, I bring you Camille G. Brown. How you doing, Camille?
I am blessed and highly favored. Thank
All
you.
right, now see that's what I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? So, what we're going to talk about the beginning for you? How did you actually get interested in the craft of music, and how old were you?
You know what? I've been singing since I was a little girl. I in the church. I guess that's
Right.
everybody's. So many people's story, right? I mean, you're raised singing in the church choir. I started in the
Mm-hmm.
children's choir at the age of 6, so I have to give credit to that, because that's where it all started. That's where you learn to sing. That's where the passion comes, and that's also your purpose.
Okay. And back in those days, as far as your influences, who were you actually listening to?
Well, back then, I was listening to my choir director back then,
Okay.
Mr. Chapman. But being raised in the church, there's so many gospel greats that
Right.
have an influence on your outlook and those your outlook on music and your faith and everything. I love the Clark sisters
Okay.
back then. And I really can't say I had a favorite because it was always in Chicago. We listened to, I think it was WGCI at the time. Now it's V103. But
Okay.
basically, they always played the popular music of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I still do that even now. And so it was a mix of all those artists that really had, I would say, an influence on, it definitely had an influence on me musically.
Okay. And you're a gifted keyboardist.
Thank
Let the
you.
viewers know about how you actually got started with that.
That's and not to sound like a broken record, but that started in the church too.
Okay.
My piano teacher was Sister Reed, late great Sister Reed,
Mm-hmm.
and she played piano at the church, and so she had a lot of students at the church as well, and I was one of them. I was really blessed. I didn't know it
Right.
at the time, but my parents, pretty much made me do it, and my dad would take me every week, even when I didn't feel like it. Even though I didn't
Right.
practice or whatever. But I'm so grateful for that because that has enabled me to even lead worship now. You know.
Right. And that's great because I read along the line that you were also involved in some groups.
Yes.
And
Yes.
can you express that to the viewers?
Yeah. I've been in. As a musician, you do so much. You work with so many different people.
Right.
So, just to share some of the groups I was in. I've been in a lot of cover bands. I've been in bands where we were able to do our original music.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started as far as our groups are concerned. A group of friends that we started this band called Cool Beans. We had never performed anywhere, but we said we're going to harness our craft and get out there and perform. So that was the very very first band, and then after
Mm-hmm.
that it just blossomed into so many different groups. The word gets out there. People ask you to be part of their band or this band and that. But I would say one that stood out a lot, especially as far as my spiritual growth,
Mm-hmm.
was Zion's Joy, because that was a
Okay.
recording group and we were able to release music and chart on Billboard, um, go on tour,
Right.
write our own music, do videos. So that was really an outstanding experience. It We transitioned our name to be in Unity, but that was amazing. It was a multicultural Christian.
Mm-hmm.
contemporary, and we did gospel too, um,
Right.
and also multi-generational Christian group. So it was an experience of a lifetime, to be honest.
That's great. Do you involve in any type of genre of different music as well?
Um, it's funny you mentioned that because I never really want to put myself in just one,
Right.
box or one corner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you say that because my very first EP, which was a secular EP, I
Mm-hmm.
did each genre because just to try to showcase my
Right.
versatility. So I did rock, I did pop,
That's
R&B,
incredible.
jazz, you know, and it was funny because when I put that out, then you had people that were like, "Well, we don't know who you are," so
Right.
you think, "Oh, this is great! I'm going to show you I can
Mm-hmm.
do everything." But there's always various unforeseen hurdles in the music industry, and so now that I'm with Get Down Gospel, with Lafayette Brown,
Right.
he is, and I'm sure he's told you this, focused on having a different type of sound. So it fits
Right.
me
Definitely.
perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first song the song that you have, I remember is
Mm-hmm.
basically, um, like it's inspirational, but
Mm-hmm.
so many people say, hey, you know what? This sounds like neo soul. This sounds like R&B. Some people say, um, that it just sounds like anything, sounds like it could fit into anything, like a
Well,
background.
apparently, when I look into it, and I listen to it,
Mhm.
it's something that you can have to use your imagination to see exactly where it's going. It could be inspirational. It
Yeah.
can be something that a person might be going through in life, in a sense. And so it has different channels in it, and that's what I got out of it. And it's a beautiful song, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Um, do you write and produce most of your stuff?
I do write, but what I like most is collaborating with people. It
Okay.
really gives a lot of versatility, I feel like.
Uh-huh. And also, what I want to ask you is the people that's actually close to you, do they how do they actually receive you just being the person that you are and the artist that you are?
That's a very good question.
Hmm.
Um, my friends have been my biggest supporters, like the people, for instance, at my church,
Hmm.
a lot of my friends that I grew up with,
Right.
and they've been coming to shows
Hmm.
over the years, like different groups that I've been a part of. So that's
Right.
been, a huge part. My parents have come to a lot of things. My husband, after a
Hmm.
while, it does get kind of, I don't want to say old, but there's like, yeah, now we're doing this. Come to this.
Right.
You're not coming to this. But
How,
there,
would you consider yourself like an outcast to a lot of them, or how do you feel just knowing that your surroundings, your immediate surroundings are there and the way that they receive you? I mean, how does it make you feel? Does it
um,
do you feel nervous or
well, that's funny that you say that, it's an
Mhm.
outcast because Lafayette and I are always talking about that. I know so many people in the industry, but yeah,
Right.
but that's separate, right? So yeah, I am kind of like, oh yeah, there's Camille always doing her music,
Uh-huh.
you know, and a
Right.
lot of people do receive it, but you do kind of, as an artist, accept that, hey, it's not something you want to rub in people's face all the time
Right, right.
because, like I said, after a while, it kind of gets old if they're not artists too, you know.
So let's talk about your track I Remember. How did you actually engage with that track? What were you
Um,
thinking about at that time when you said,
okay,
I just want to lay this down and the message that you're really trying to put out there for it?
sure. I wrote that with Spike Rebel. Justin, let me just give him his flowers. Genius songwriter, one of those
Right.
brothers that can play every instrument and just, I mean, write a song in like 5 minutes, right?
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, he's like a genius. And so it was a blessing to be able to work with this brother.
Mhm.
And our goal at the time was just to have a positive song
Okay.
because we just really felt like there was a need for that, or yeah, like there's just a need for positive music, something
Okay.
uplifting, something that no matter how old a person is or how young, they can listen to it. You can play the song for your grandmother. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so that's what we were thinking. We want something to just be positive and uplifting. That was the whole idea. And so I believe it was Spike's idea where he was like, yeah, why don't you think about, I remember, think about the good times. And then
Right.
from there, I was able to, so I want to say he came up with the hook, and then I was able to come up with the verses, and I really thought about all the times that I've had growing up.
Right.
And I incorporated all of that into the verses.
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into her showcase, and we're going to listen to her track. It's called I Remember, and you guys go out there and you guys support her, and support her.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
Really down, playing the games you do. Someday, everything will be alright. Yeah, that different people make the world go round.
Because of you, my dreams are coming true.
Your sun, like erases my rainy day.
Right
care who's watching.
For whatever the reason there might be.
With your love by my side, the world will be mine. You're the one for me.
Yeah.
And we're back. I just want you guys to look at this cover of her and remember it and go out there and support her about it. Camille,
Yes.
what's going on?
Thank you so much.
Oh man, that's what I do. That's how you get a blessing. You got to give so God can give. That's my motto. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm
love that.
glad that I'm able to give an opportunity for the world to see who you are as a person. So my question to you is that you have any current events that you want to share with the viewers?
Yes, well, I'm in Chicago, so everything's super local. But so the events that I'm performing at, they're kind of low key, but I am performing at my church. We have a night of worship coming up on October 4th. That's going to be at Skokie Valley Baptist Church.
Okay.
If you're in the Chicagoland area, and I'm going to actually have that on. Well, I'll just give the address here. It's 1050 Skokie Boulevard in Wilmette, and then also I'll be performing basically at a block party, but that's going to be kind of like a local as well.
Right.
But be on the lookout for a single that we have coming up. I'll be promoting that. It's called Another Hallelujah. That's going to be the next song that we're releasing.
Okay. My question to you, Camille, people that want to actually get into the business of doing production, acting, or any type of recreation, do you have any spoken words for them that they can actually endure?
I know it sounds cliche, but honestly, listening to God's voice is so key.
Right.
Because you may want to go in one direction, but he may want you to go in another. And essentially, he can see the future. So following him is the best thing.
Okay. Do you have any YouTube videos that they can actually look at?
Yes.
Okay.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Camille G. Brown. And I have the video for I Remember on there and a lot of other interesting videos that you might like too.
Well, I'm going to say that it's been a pleasure, and I mean a real honor to have you on my show. You guys have to go out there and support her, and show us some love. You guys got her contact. Go out there, hit her up, and who knows what can happen. But this has been another T-Lo video production, and y'all guys stay tuned for another episode.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.